Hello my lovely traders, I hope you all are doing well. Now yesterday we actually discussed this one particular fact that Nifty can actually fall from this place. It can actually correct at least till the institutional support level. We have been discussing about the institutional support level from past 3 to 4 trading sessions, and right now Nifty has again tested 14,000 so 15,600 level, and that is something to be watched about, and it actually broke that institutional support zone for a while. We'll discuss about that particular zone on the charts, and that will actually help you to understand what kind of market behavior can be seen in the upcoming days. Okay, now another thing to notice here is that other than a few power stocks like Tata Power, Power Grid, these few stocks actually rallied a lot today with multiple good news flowing into the power sector. And fortunately, look at Power Grid. Power Grid actually came into our TMT scanner. That scanner is actually a custom made scanner made by the Roaring Bulls team. And scanner, what is a scanner, you will ask? A scanner is basically a set of parameters that you put into a custom system, and it keeps on running time to time, from time to time in a fixed interval. For example, our custom scanner runs in every 3 minutes. So in every 3 minutes, if a potential stock come into our custom scanner, it alerts us and it tells us that yes, this stock has a bullish momentum, and this you can definitely trade into. So that is how a custom scanner works. Now we have built a custom scanner for our Millionaire Trader Club members, and I am very happy to say that the scanner is back tested and has been doing very well. We have been able to generate very good results from past few trading sessions since the scanner is active, and I'll be very happy to have you on board as a TMT club member, the Millionaire Trader Club member, so that you can not only learn how to trade into the markets well, and other than learning, you can actually get access to this custom scanner so that you can make better trading decisions, especially in equity markets. So because I've told you, as an option buyer, you should be knowing that around 70% of the days the market is sideways. Only 30% of the days the market is trending. So as an option buyer, you need to have a trending market to make good returns from your investment. But just 30% of the days. So what about the rest 70% of the days then? There comes the customer scanner, there comes the TMT club membership into the picture, and you will be able to actually generate good, handsome returns by trading into equity markets. But you have to make sure that you are trading with the right mindset, discipline, and right set of rules. Now, most of the beginners make this mistake that they don't trade in a defined set of rules. They just trade blindly into the markets and they eventually lose the capital. So, this is where the TMT club membership comes into the picture. Again, let's move ahead. So almost all major stocks from all sectors ended up in red today, and the major reason that I can see is that there was a huge institutional selling and profit booking that was seen today. And from past 3 trading sessions, Nifty mid cap and Nifty small cap have been doing actually pretty well, and that was actually a good sign for the markets, that the markets are intact at their place. We have been discussing this particular fact, but today, even the Nifty mid cap and the Nifty small cap index fell. So we can safely say here that Nifty is taking a breather over here, and it was a fantastic bull run from 15,000, 15,100 to 15,700 levels, 15,800 levels. But again, this this breather was supposed to come, and it has come, I believe, because a bull market needs small corrections in order to continue its upward journey. So we can expect some small correction over here. Now, please hear me very clearly. I'm saying a small correction, not a very huge correction. Why? Because if you will still see India VIX, or if you will still see the option chain data, you'll get a lot of answers. So India VIX is still trading close to 15. So what that means is that the volatility is still less, the fear in the markets is still less, and the stability overall in the markets is still pretty high. So that is one thing. India VIX is a measurement of fear in the market. So markets are not fearing a lot as of now. That's what India VIX tells us. Even after such a good fall in Nifty today, the India VIX is still trading around 15. So that actually means that markets are pretty stable as of now. Other than that, the mutual fund data for the month of May is out, and the ETF, the exchange trade funds inflow was around 5,379.8 crores. That is higher than the previous data, and as well as the inflow in the equities has also increased, and it has come out to be 9,235.5 crore, and the inflow in debt mutual funds have increased drastically, and it has increased to 1 lakh crore for the month of May. So that is the kind of inflow we are getting into the mutual funds for the month of May. Now this data basically suggests that there's some stability into the markets that's coming in. Okay, so do not expect Nifty to go back to 12,000, 13,000 levels until and unless something big comes up, something drastically dangerous comes up. I don't think it is going back to that particular level. And India VIX, we have discussed that it is trading around 15, so that shows some stability. And we did discuss yesterday that it is hard for Nifty to continue its upward journey, because profit booking can come in, because a lot of good bull run has come into the picture in past few trading sessions. But as of now, I can see that after a breather, Nifty can actually target 16,000 to 16,200 levels, but not for this current week expiry. I can say that tomorrow is an expiry day and we have to trade very cautiously tomorrow. We can see some good moves tomorrow and we'll try to capture them in Nifty and BankNifty. And we will discuss right now on the charts what are the institutional support zones. And from this particular video, we'll be starting something new, and that is a short learning part that will be included at the end of the video. So I'll pick up a terminology, and I'll explain it in the end of the video so that you can actually develop your learning skills as well as we slowly move ahead. And learning is the most important part of earning as a trader. So we at Roaring Bulls actually have a prime objective to spread the awareness of learning. Now you tell me frankly, how many times have you followed the Telegram tips that you have been getting and that you have been paying money for so much, and how much money have you made from those tips? So now, I am not saying that the tips are bad. I am saying that if you don't know how to even trade on tips, if you don't know how to manage your money, how to manage your position sizing, you cannot win even by trading on the tips. I hope you understand that. So first, you have to empower yourself with the right kind of knowledge about position sizing, about emotions management in market, and about taking yourself into a good discipline. Then you might actually think that you can make money from the markets, and trust me, you can make money from the markets. I am a live example of it, and a lot of good traders are out there. Like I know at least 10 people under the TMT club membership that are making really good money on a day-to-day basis just by following simple set of rules and just by sticking to the discipline that one should stick to. So you can definitely also make good money from the markets, but you have to stick to a discipline. Okay, now without further ado, we will discuss and analyze everything that happened into the markets today. And the Wednesday volatility is back, we can say that. And what is the expectation for tomorrow's expiry day session? So we'll discuss right now and analyze everything. Stay tuned till the very end of the video, because I am going to tell one phrase or one important terminology from the stock market that you should learn and that will help you in future trading sessions. So this is Utkarsh Bhargav. Don't forget to subscribe to Roaring Bulls, because we are going to make sure that you learn a lot about the markets and make sure that you become an empowered trader. So stay tuned till the end of the video, my friends. This is Utkarsh Bhargav. You're watching Roaring Bulls, the stock market show. Okay, so now we can clearly see that in Nifty there were 12 advances and 38 declines. So it was not a very good advance to decline ratio, and the mostly advances came from the power stocks. And if we'll see at the FIDI activity, I think FIDI activity is not out yet. So let's look at the top losers for the day, because I think there were no top gainers. Yes, exactly. And the top losers were Nifty Media, Nifty Reality, Nifty PSU Bank, and finally Nifty Small Cap is also there in the top losing sectors, along with Nifty Auto and Nifty Infra. So all of the major sectors actually fell, including Nifty Metal. So that was something to be watched. And if you will see, actually, let me quickly show you how did our custom scanners work today. So if I'll just open it up and tell you how was our TMT scanner were working today. So can you see that we actually had power grid on our scanner, and power grid did wonderful today. So that was a big breakout in power grid. Let me just open up power grid for you so that you'll be able to see how beautifully we were able to capture this power grid momentum. And look at it. It was so good. It was so good. Just look at it. So we were able to capture this whole momentum in power grid at an amazing price. So once the scanner alerted us at this particular point where the power grid actually broke the CPR zone and broke the day's high, as we got alert from a scanner with this high volume candle. We actually had a entry position over here, and we were actually able to target 244 very easily. From 239 240 levels, we were able to target 244. So that is one amazing thing. And on the safer side, I actually suggested people to buy it at 241.65 and above, so that it would be more safe, and it was an amazing day in the power grid today. And let's look at the behavior of Nifty today, and then we'll discuss Bank Nifty and then move ahead with the things that I want to tell you in the at the end of the video. Okay, so Nifty is here right now. So just do one thing, just look at the institutional support zone that we have been discussing about. Okay, so agar aapko if you actually get confused looking at the lines, these all are important lines. Okay, this is not some hodgepodge on the chart. This is a very important zone. And can you actually see that every line matters? Can you see our gap up on 3rd of June, and after that gap up, we have been trading in a range. It took support at 15,607. It went up. It came back, took support at 15,656. It went up and faced resistance at our predefined levels. These levels, we know about them, and it came back, took support at the institutional support zone and went back up, took resistance, came back down, again institutional support zone, went back up, took resistance, came down. So what I mean to say here is very simple. If you will see the importance of institutional support zones and institutional resistance areas, those are very crucial areas. So here it was the institutional resistance area. Can you see that particular thing that I've marked over here? Okay, so the index has faced multiple resistance at this point. Okay, so this was one important thing to notice. Okay, now can you notice this whole area? This is the institutional support area. So this actually had to act as a support for the day, and people who actually went bearish just after breakdown of 15,607 must have regretted it, because I have been saying that institutional zones are very meaningful, and you have to learn how to mark them, you have to learn how to follow them. And just in case if you want to have deep knowledge about them, you are most welcome to join the Millionaire Trader Club and attend the live weekend masterclass, so that you can actually learn what is going on into the markets. Okay, blindly trade karna band kar dijiye. So let's move ahead and see what happened today. Okay, let me zoom it in. So as I have been telling very clearly, when there is a small CPR range, there is a chance of a kind of a trending market. But today, if you will see, the index was continuously facing resistance in the institutional resistance area. Can you see that? Let me actually do one thing for you. Let me just increase the area of this resistance. Okay, now this is much better. So this was the institutional resistance area. Can you see that? I have already marked it over there. So it was continuously trading in a very small range in this particular institutional resistance area. And what happened after that? It was a quick fall of profit booking, and it halted at CPR just for a few moments, and it went down. It went down brutally. So can you see that? Just after breaking the CPR zone, and the 50 EMA also crossed the 200 EMA on the downside. So this is actually called a dead crossover. When this happens, there are high chances that index or the stock can go bearish for a decent period of time. So this is actually what happened. So it came down very furiously, took support at the institutional zone, and went back up, took resistance at 15,693, our predefined level, and went back down. Again took support and is right now trading in the institutional support area. Okay, so what I mean to say here is you have to trade cautiously in tomorrow's trading session, because you have to actually wait for Nifty to break 15,572. If this does not break, then it can be tough for you to become bearish on Nifty. Okay, so don't go bearish before this break. So this is your support 1 for Nifty. Okay, this is your support 1. Fine. And what is your support 2? Support 2 comes around at 15,490. I will not say this is your support 2. This is your support 2. Support 2 is at 15,490. This is your support 2. Okay. So mark down these support levels. What are the two support levels? Let me again write down for you. Support 1 is at 15,572, and you will not go bearish before this support comes, and the support 2 is at 15,490. Okay, let me talk about resistance over here. Number one resistance that the index will face is right now standing at 15,693, and another strong resistance is standing at 15,734. So these are the two important resistance areas for the Nifty 50 index. Mark down these levels on your charts, and you have to trade based on the possibilities by looking at the chart. Okay, don't trade blindly. So these were the important levels for Nifty 50 index. Let's do one thing. Let's talk about the Bank Nifty index now. So let me open up the Bank Nifty index, and can you see one thing? As of now, when we are talking, Dow Jones and Nasdaq are actually trading a little higher, but not with a very bullish bias. So we have to see. Right now it's 8 o'clock. We cannot say anything from now, but yeah, they are trading close to 20-30 points higher. And India VIX, I have been talking about, India VIX closed at 14.75. So it is even below 15. So one thing that you have to notice here is that the volatility is very low. That means that the market stability is actually good. Okay, so don't go too bearish as of now on the market. So that you have to remember. Okay, now the European markets actually are trading in negative. So this in between Bank Nifty, we actually had a conversation about the global cues as well. So let's talk about the Bank Nifty index. Okay, now looking at Bank Nifty index is a very different thing. So can you see that? Can you see one thing very clearly? I have been talking about one particular area. Which is that area? This area. Can you see that? Here it is written institutional support area. Okay, क्यों मैं इसको institutional support area बोल रहा था? From so many days I have been telling that it's the institutional support area. Can you see that from past so many trading sessions, Bank Nifty index has been taking support in this zone, right? So it is definitely a area where a lot of stakeholders are coming into picture to buy the particular sector. Okay, so this is particular zone that we were talking about, and we had to go bearish only if this zone breaks. So what an amazing opportunity. I clearly mentioned on the TMT club as well. Let me actually show you how I actually mentioned the particular levels for Bank Nifty. Can you see that? Let me actually tell you very clearly what were the levels that I mentioned for Bank Nifty index. So one second. So okay, yes. So can you see that? Can you see that very clearly over here? So I said that 34,900 PE can be bought if Bank Nifty goes below 34,900 levels. So let's go back to the charts and discuss why. So can you see that very clearly over here? 34,900 was a very near out of the money put option when I said this particular thing. So why did I say that? Because if the institutional support zone breaks, there is a high possibility that the index can come down and test further 34,600, 700 zone. So that's what I said. So I said to actually buy 34,900 put option, and our target was very simple. Our target was the support of 34,725. That also I mentioned very clearly, but it went even further below. It went to touch 34,649. So that's another good thing. But we were actually able to capture this good momentum in Bank Nifty index. So this is how Bank Nifty index looked like for the day. Once the institutional support zone was broken, it was a quick fall downs on the downside. Okay, so now let's talk what is the possible scenario for tomorrow's trading session. Let me actually shift it to 1 hour time frame. Okay, so shifting on 1 hour time frame actually gives us more levels. So there are actually so many levels right now marked on my chart, because Bank Nifty and Nifty both have been trading in smaller ranges for long period of time, and then they make big moves. Okay, so let me actually show you how. So for example, this is the day of 7th of June. Can you see very small range all day long? Then this is the day of 8th of June. Can you see one big red candle and then a smaller range? Then another today's trading session, if you will see, so one big green candle, and then it was a small range and quick fall throughout the day. So let's actually discuss what are the possible trading levels for tomorrow's trading session, okay, so that we'll have much more clarity when we trade tomorrow. So for tomorrow, actually we can see that this is actually going to act as a good resistance now. This support is going to act as a good resistance now. So 35,050 and 35,098, 35,100 zone, this is going to be sorry, not support, it's going to be a good resistance now. So mark this level as a resistance. This particular zone can act as a good resistance. And what about support then? So let me actually drag down the index and then you'll be able to see the support area. So again, I have another support area marked for you. Can you see this support area? This is the major support area from where the index can actually shoot back up, okay. So you have to make sure that you mark this particular zone. This is another institutional support area, okay. So that is one possibility, that the index can fall till here and then start to move back up slowly. So that is one possible scenario. So we actually now have both resistance and support areas for Bank Nifty index as well, okay. So what was the resistance? The resistance was this area. This was the resistance area. One second. This was the resistance area, okay. So 35,000 to 35,098. And what was the support area? This was our support area, okay. So we have good resistance over here and good support over here. In between, I have marked all the important levels, but actually these levels are very close to each other right now because index have been trading in a very tight range from past few days. So that's why we had to mark these levels on our charts, okay. Now actually let's go to the point where I'll explain a terminology. So this particular terminology I actually wanted to explain. So what is institutional support or resistance zone, right? So what is institutional support or resistance? It is the area where the big institutions leave their footprints. They have left their footprints, and where the strongest support and the strongest resistance zones are. What this means is that not the retailers, but the institutional buyer, the pro desk who come with multiple crores of capital, they come into buying or selling positions from this particular zones. So for example, if we talk about Bank Nifty, we have been seeing this institutional support zone from a past few days. Can you see that? We have been seeing this institutional support zone from a past few days, this particular zone. Can you see? Can you see it here? Can you see it here? So why was this acting as a good support? Because large stakeholders have built up their positions in this zone. So what happens is, whenever the index or the stock comes to an institutional support zone, it flows back up. Why? Because a lot of positions have been built around here and they don't want to lose their money. So they make sure that they sustain these positions. So support acts as a support and resistance acts as a resistance very well. Can you see up here? I did talk about institutional resistance area as well. So this was institutional resistance area, multiple times resistance over here, and this is perfect example of those zones which actually act as big resistance or big supports. So I hope this brings some clarity to you that what is institutional resistance and what is institutional support. So if you actually want to learn all about it in detail, I would request you to become a part of the Roaring Bulls Millionaire Trader community and actually start learning deeply about the markets, so that you can have better knowledge and better understanding about what you are doing into the markets, rather than blindly trading into the markets depending on some calls or tips and losing your precious capital. So because as I've been seeing from a long time now, your money is very important and very precious. You need to invest it on the right places, and one of the best investment that you can do is on your learning. So it's better to actually start learning before you start earning, because if you'll start to wish to earn first, you will eventually end up to learn, but after facing a lot of losses. So I would request you to actually become a part of the TMT club, and I hope you are going to enjoy the whole process of the journey of learning over there. So if you like this video, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Your thumbs up actually gives me a lot of motivation, and the whole Roaring Bull teams actually appreciates your sweet gesture of leaving a like and dropping a comment in the comment section below. If you want to be a part of TMT club, the Millionaire Trader Club, you can actually go in the description below and find yourself a joining link. You can actually click on it and become a part of the TMT club just by paying a small fees of 5,999 for 3 months. So that is the cost of learning is negligible to the money that you might have been losing into the markets. So make sure that you learn enough before you start to earn. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share this video with your fellow traders and family members who are into trading and who want to learn about the stock market. So this is a friend Karsh Bhargav. You are watching Roaring Bulls, the stock market show.